When we imagine angels, we often envision radiant winged figures with human-like traits. This portrayal is commonly seen in classical art and modern depictions, leading us to assume that angels were represented in a similar manner in biblical and ancient texts. However, the reality is quite different. Angels take on a more spiritual form rather than a physical one. While there is no definitive description of an angel's true form, there are accounts of the bodies they assume, which are peculiar and fascinating. Let's explore some of the different types of angels. In the 12th century, scholars categorized angels around God based on a hierarchical system known in Christianity as the 3 spheres and the 9 orders of angels. This system outlines a 3-tier structure with 3 types of angels in each tier. Towards the lower end of this hierarchy are the cherubim. Described in the book of Ezekiel, cherubim possess 4 faces, each representing a different aspect. The lion represents wild animals, the ox represents domesticated animals, the eagle represents birds, and the human face symbolizes humanity. Cherubim have long, straight legs with hooves and 2 pairs of wings, although sometimes they are depicted with regular feet and 4 pairs of wings. This appearance is quite distinct from the cherubs we typically associate with figures like Cupid, which originated from Christian scholars such as Thomas Aquinas, who portrayed them as having a burning love for God. Although the Hebrew Bible mentions cherubim nearly 100 times, their purpose remains somewhat ambiguous. It is generally believed that they exist to guard the Garden of Eden, particularly the Tree of Life. With their multiple faces, cherubim possess an almost chimera-like quality, while their human face resembles that of a sphinx. Seraphim are another type of angel found in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, although their significance varies. In Judaism, they hold a middle position, while in Christianity, they assume the highest rank just below God. The book of Isaiah describes seraphim as having 6 wings. One passage states, "Above it stood the seraphim, each one had 6 wings, with 2 he covered his face, with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he flew." These angelic beings cry out to one another, proclaiming the holiness of the Lord. The description in this passage somewhat resembles that of flying cheerleaders around God's throne, spreading word of His glory. While the details about seraphim are not as extensive as those of the cherubim, we can ascertain that they primarily consist of wings. The book of Revelation offers a slight variation, mentioning that their 6 wings are filled with eyes. In Islam, the term seraph is used to describe certain archangels who are born from celestial fire. Another category of angels is known as thrones or arphanim. These angels deviate greatly from the traditional angelic appearance. In Christianity, arphanim served as chariots or transportation for the cherubim. They are depicted as giant interlocking wheels with wings and eyes, residing in the part of the cosmos where material form begins to take shape. Similar to seraphim, arphanim continuously chant God's glory in His presence. The term arphanim in Hebrew refers to wheels or spheres. In the book of Enoch, they are described as the many-eyed ones and are placed in the same celestial category as cherubim and seraphim. However, their role surpasses transportation, as arphanim never rest and perpetually guard the throne of God. When the prophet Ezekiel had his vision of the great chariot, he referred to all 3 of these angels as guardians. Given the enigmatic nature of Ezekiel's description, some interpret it as a hallucination, while others view it as an encounter with unidentified flying objects, UFOs. Therefore, the origins of these angels and their peculiar appearance remain shrouded in mystery. The virtues constitute a group of angels who lack a physical body but possess control over the elements. They are often referred to as the shining ones because they manifest as sparks of light. The main role of the virtues is to perform miracles on earth for those deemed deserving. They receive orders from the angels above them and take on human form when carrying out these miracles. Alongside the virtues, there are several other types of angels whose primary forms resemble a source of light. Angels are celestial beings, devoid of gender, and capable of assuming any form they desire. It is not surprising that angels, who spend their time in the cosmic realm with God, exhibit the most unusual and unorthodox appearances. No, not really. If we're discussing regions beyond our comprehension, it's likely that the beings inhabiting them would appear strange, perhaps resembling creatures from Lovecraftian horror or the surreal imaginings of someone under the influence of hallucinogens. On the other hand, it is more logical for archangels and regular angels to be depicted in a more human-like form, considering their closer interaction with humans. As we explore various religious texts from the past, we observe that angels become increasingly peculiar. Later revisions and additions to these texts may have aimed to present angels in a more relatable manner, although the exact reasons remain unknown. Nevertheless, it is intriguing to study these transformations.